Hi, welcome back. My name is Kumi. I'm so grateful to have you here today. Now let's make every moment count. I'll be showing you how to make this bubu. It's been around for some time now, but with the look of things, it's not leaving anytime soon. This dress is made with floral crepe. It has two balloon sleeves, belt at the waist side, and a slit at the front part. Of course, at the hem. I used 4 yards of floral crepe for this. It's for a plus size. Our waist is 50. Our hips and bust are 57.5. Because of how big the fabric is, I folded it already. And but I'm going to show you how I folded it with this little piece of fabric. So you fold this way and then you flip over one more time as though you want to cut a flay. I folded this way because I will be cutting the front and the back piece together, and because the shoulder is not going to have joining at all. There's not going to be any joining at the shoulder. So let's get started. As you can see, I folded the exact way I folded a small piece of fabric. This is the M. The length is 64.5. I added 1 inch to it. That gave me 65.5. That's just to fold the M of the dress. The width of the neckline is 3 inches and the depth of the back neckline is 0.5, which you may also want to call half inch. After that, I'm going to mark the depth of the front neckline. I'll be using 17 inches. This should be the first time I'm using 17 inches. I always use 16. So you can use 16 and you can also use 17. You can even choose to use 15. It depends on you. I'm going to connect together with my ruler. Connect the back neckline but leave the front neckline. Don't slant the V yet. I'm going to tell you why later on in the video. The next thing I'm going to mark is the half length. A half length is 20 inches. I will mark that on both sides and connect with my ruler. The next thing I will do is to mark a shoulder. The length of her shoulder is 18. Half of that is 9. I won't be adding half inch seam allowance because we are cutting it together with the sleeve. We are not joining the sleeve separately. The length of the sleeve is 12.5. So from that 9, I'm going to mark 12.5 and mark. Now at that point where my 12.5 marking is, I'm going to mark 4 inches. 1 inch to fold the sleeve. The remaining 3 inches will just be extra so the sleeve can puff. You can choose to make yours 4, you can choose to make yours 5. Depends on you. I don't want it to be too big. I'm going to go over to the M and mark 14.3. What I did is divide 57.5, which is a hip, by 4 and add 1 inch seam allowance. That gives me 15.3. So I remove 1 from that 15.3. That gives me 14.3. That's what I marked at the M of the dress. So with the help of a straight long ruler, I'm going to connect all the way and trim it. As you can see, it looks like it's slanting here because I slanted it upward. I connected the 14.3 to what we marked at the upper part of the fabric. Now I'm just going to notch the half length, which is also a waistline. From that part, I'm going to mark 13 inches and I'm going to come in by 4 inches. I'm going to connect, and then that 4 inches I am going to connect to the waistline. But before then, from the waistline, I marked 9 inches downward. That becomes our hip line. I drew the 4 inches all the way to the waist, and then I slanted it all the way to the hip. Then from that point, I came down by 2 inches and I made a slight curve. I hope you understand. I brought the 4 inches straight to the waist, and then I slanted to the hip, and then I came down by 2 inches. I made a curve. I'm just going to curve the back neckline and I will cut it out. Like I said the other time, don't slant the front neckline yet. Don't even cut. Now, this cutting I just did, I shouldn't have. What I mean is, you remember I came down from the shoulder. You remember the depth of the front neckline I used was 17 inches, right? At that point of 17 inches, before slanting the neckline, I was supposed to go in by 1 inch. Then mark that 1 inch all the way to the hem of the dress. This is the 17 inches. I should have come in by 1 inch. Then mark that 1 inch all the way. Do you understand? That's what I should have done. If I don't remove 1 inch, by the time I had what we will be placed later, where we would later be placing at the front piece of this dress, the front piece is going to be bigger than the back. Do you understand? So further buttress what I'm saying, I'm just going to do this on another material. This is the 3 inches width of the neckline, and this is the ½ inch depth of the back neckline. You remember that, right? I'm going to trim that out. Now just imagine that this is 17 inches. It is not up to it, but imagine this is the 17 inches that I marked earlier. What we have here is 9. But imagine this is the 17 inches. So at that point, I was supposed to go in by 1 inch and mark that 1 inch all the way to the hem of the dress. Do you understand? Assuming this is the hem of the dress now, I'm supposed to mark 1 inch all the way, then connect first to the 17 inches, then slant it to the neckline before cutting. That's what I should have done. Do you understand? So at that 17 inches, just to avoid a sharp edge, I'm going to make a slight curve there. Just a slight curve. Now I can cut. Go ahead and cut yours now. And be careful not to cut the front and the back neckline the same way. Just lift the front piece and cut. Later on, I'm going to open up and show you what it's supposed to look like. Cut carefully and don't cut the front and the back piece together. Can you see? The back piece is still there. I'm just going to open up for you to see. This is what it looks like, guys, with 2 inches in between. Can you see? I hope you understand. Thank you so much. Now I've opened up, I'm just going to join it downward with ½ inch. I did that on both sides and I overlocked. I will go over to the sleeve and fold it big enough for my pin to pass, and then I'm going to leave a hole there for the pin to come out from. The roundness of our sleeve is 14 minus 2, that gives me 12, but I'm going to add 1 inch because I will be holding half inch on both sides of the elastic, so that gives me 13. So I'll cut 2 of that. I went ahead and folded the hem of the dress. I have inserted my elastic in the at the hem of the sleeve. I did that for both sleeves. I will go over to the center of the front. I will start from the hem. I'm going to mark all the way around, mark around the neck and mark to the other side. So when I marked, I add 143. So I added 1 inch. I have folded this fabric because I need to see the gator at the center. I went ahead to add my interfacing to it. Look at how I folded it. I'm going to mark 12 inches downward. I'm going to go over to the hem and mark 20 inches upward. That's going to be the slit. Mind you, I used 5 inches. The width of this fabric is 5 inches and the length is 143. The actual length is 142 plus 1 inch is 143. So I'm going to sew. I've done that. From 12 inches, I stopped at that 20 inches I marked at the hem, and then I gave it a very good press. Can you see? I will flip over and stitch by half inch. I did that for both sides. I'm going to fold like this and mark the center. I have already notched the center of the back neckline, so I'm just going to ensure that the two align. This is the back neckline. I'm just going to ensure the two notches align, and I'm going to secure that with pin. I will flip over like this, and I'm going to secure it with pin all the way to the hem of the dress. I will repeat the same process on the other side as well. And then I'm going to stitch with half an inch. This is the hem of the dress. This is the belt. It is 3 inches wide and then it is 35 inches long. You can walk around your choice. I have stitched and I have overlocked from the middle. At the waist side, I'm going to mark 6 inches sideways. On that 6 inches, I am going to place the belt and I'm going to stitch. I will do that for the other side as well, and I will flip over for you to see our bubu is ready. So easy. And let me show you the slit. This is the slit. That's what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Kindly leave me a comment in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.